What is going on, everyone? We have made it to the Gundam Wing episode, and because the show is so nostalgic for so many of us, I thought that I would cover a few things while I was editing. I had to stop just to get these thoughts out about Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Now, for some of us, it's nostalgic, it's great, we love the suits and the designs, and for others, it is very disappointing, not understood, and not appreciated, and I thought I'd cover a little bit of why that may be. One big issue I take away from watching Gundam Wing later in life is that the show is deeply embedded in the golden era of anime being produced in the mid-90s. And part of that is it is saturated with melodrama. It is part of the quintessential space opera genre that comes with melodrama and politics and a lot of long lambering soliloquies of flowery Shakespearean language, and that is definitely a turnoff. Admittedly, a lot of this flowery Shakespearean language is coming from the likes of Treize Kushranada and Hiroyui and Zex Marquise. They go on and on about their goals and the plight of man and space, and a lot of this comes off as nothingness and filler. However, it is a mainstay for a lot of the anime coming out in this golden era where they've gotten the animation down just right and enough experience creating these shows to where they've upped the ability to send and communicate some of these strong political feelings that mesh well with the grittiness of the anime. Unlike shows such as Gundam Seed, the tone, the color palette are darker and full of grays, and while there are explosions and very technical scenes, they are muted with the backdrop of space, and that is mirrored in the language used by the characters. So those are just my 2 cents on the anime and some problems that I hear commonly from people. Another thing that I did want to briefly touch on is the Mobile Suit lineup. During the show, we start off with a set of mobile suits for the protagonists, such as the Wing Gundam, Heavy Arms, Sandrock, you know the lineup. And then halfway through the show, the lineup changes slightly. Everyone gets basically an upgrade in some fashion to the mobile suit that they're piloting. The Wing changes into the Wing Zero for Hero. Not changes, but you watch and see. And then we have a separate lineup of suits from the OAV Endless Waltz that are yet again different than the mobile suits that the television show ended with. So just to go over that basically, we've got our start off suits, and then we've got the second half of the TV suits, and then Endless Waltz is the follow-up directly after the show. We get a set of redesigned suits from the end of the TV series by Hajime Katoki. And we also have yet another variation of suits that only appear in the manga. The manga is called Endless Waltz Glory of the Losers. So whenever you see the EW on a Gundam Wing suit, it's indicating that that suit is the designed reference from the Endless Waltz, Glory of the Losers. Now, that manga did not come out until 2010, so it's a 15-year gap between the original designs and the updated designs from that, and that is inclusive of the units such as the Armadillo for Sandrock and the Eagle for Heavy Arms. Those are also featured in the Glory of the Losers manga. So in a nutshell, you will have 2 TV versions per suit, and then you have the suits as they exist in the manga, which is the complete form of the storytelling. The Glory of the Losers spans from the TV series After Colony 195 through Endless Waltz as we know the OAV of 196 and Marimea's Rebellion. The manga also includes some of the details from Frozen Teardrop. So if you're confused about the designs, they all reference the manga if they say EW, and if it's specifically TV, they will usually give you some indication of TV colors or TV animation version, and we're getting that with the new Wing Gundam in 2021 for the RG line, and we just saw it through the P Bandai release of the Tallgeese 1 TV animation color version. I just spent a good amount of time talking about variety within the Gundam Wing franchise. However, that is not the strong suit of the real grade line, at least not yet. Right now we have 2 flavors of the Wing Gundam and 3 flavors of the Tallgeese, but none of the other protagonist suits. No Epion, no Heavy Arms, no Sandrock, no Ultron. So you have to look to the Master Grade line to start to fill out that type of collection. But there is optimism in looking towards the future. We just had the TV version announced, and we saw the announce and release of the real grade Tallgeese 1 TV version. It's just my opinion, but I think one of the trade-offs for not getting as many detailed different kits is that we are getting to the point where the RG line is setting a very high standard. I say that by, for example, looking at the brand new Wing Gundam Verka that just came out. It is basically a scaled up version of the real grade Wing Gundam EW, and that's very cool. I think that the real grade line is very privileged to have very, very detailed kits even amongst the master grades, and now it looks like the master grades are catching up to some of the older real grades. The Wing Zero is a perfect example of that. I suppose we could even begin to speculate now on what the premium Bandai version of the TV Wing Gundam will be, or if they will use that frame to work on other wing suits such as the Epion or any of the other hero protagonist suits, but we can only hope, seeing as how this is the trend with brand new frames of any grade, is to convert them into the next applicable mobile suit. If you haven't ever built a real grade kit before, I can definitely recommend either the Tallgeese in any form or the Wing in either of the 2 forms, just because they are really solid builds. For real grades, they come together pretty well, and specifically with the Tallgeese 1, it is the big turning point where the pre-built MS joint frame is used a little bit less and less after the Tallgeese, and instead of being completely reliant, the framework starts to become bits of individual pieces you assemble together rather than completely skeletal and delicate and prone to becoming loose. So check out either of those if you are both a fan of wing kits and interested in real grade kits. These are two of the best frames that you could ask for amongst the earlier real grade designs. Similarly, I can definitely recommend Gundam Wing as an anime if you have not dipped your toes into the golden era of anime, or you have not really found your way in the massive genre of the space opera. And if you're a Gundam fan, if you want to hit all three, definitely check out Gundam Wing. The music is incredible. The soundtrack was notably done with songs by Tumix, the electronic group that is a duo and actually has a revamped, remastered soundtrack featuring their songs coming out to commemorate Gundam Wing's 25th anniversary. So look out for that. The show in America is streaming on Hulu, and you can definitely find the old copies of DVDs if you want to have some for yourself, or Blu-ray. Admittedly, I am not the biggest fan of Gundam Wing kits. However, after building a few of these and learning more about their designs and designs of the models, I'm definitely coming around. I think I can attribute that to these being Hajime Kotoki designs. I've been a big fan of how he makes changes to the mobile suits by adding a lot of surface detail and going to town with the markings and decals that we eventually apply as modelers. So in realizing that all of these are his versions of these Gundams living their best life, I will be on the lookout for his design work within the real grade line and other lines. As you all know, Johnny Blackman is very real grade specific, but I definitely can encourage you to check out the master grade, premium Bandai, and standard release versions of the Gundam Wing kits if you are looking to have a full set for yourself. Thanks everyone for staying tuned. Remember to check out my Instagram, like and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next video.